back.
Ho, ho, ho.
Welcome back to watching the Elite live. Live, just a little less live than...
We're live, pal, but like delayed, like a day delayed, live.
Yeah, but we are actually here, and we are responding to you directly in chat. Emperor, thank you so much.
Yeah, he said he popped in. We appreciate that. So hello in the future on YouTube.
Yeah, and Johnny Cliche, hell yeah, dude.
Oh, there he is.
How was the AEW experience live? But before we get into all that, yeah, we're back.
We are back.
And if this is your first episode, we are watching the Elite live. We talk about everything, all Elite wrestling, every week after Dynamite.
As often as we can.
As often as we can.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like today, we're actually trying something out, you know?
Yeah.
Mixing it up. Yeah, we just wanted to do the show this week, and like last night, didn't realize that there were plans already.
Yeah, look, life happens, right? Life finds a way.
Yeah, to happen.
It's true, yeah.
But yeah, do we also want to like dive straight in?
Should we just do it? Just get into it? All right.
And this, I guess, will be the last one for the year because there's no episode next week.
That's right. This is the last Watching the Elite of the decade.
Oh my god, and what a decade it's been. Oh, Johnny, you love going to the live show? Hell yeah. I also wish they would schedule an AEW event close to me.
We've been talking about this off and on. We've got a gut feeling we're looking at like some summer dates in California.
Yeah, I was really hoping for spring, but
I would guess they'll make the loop. I think we said this last week. I'm gonna guess they're gonna make the loop after Memorial Day when they're doing Double or Nothing. After the fact, they're already in Vegas. What the hell?
Yeah, and we're thinking about doing Double or Nothing again as well.
I think we should. Yeah.
That's the fingers crossed moment. But yeah, diving straight in, we're gonna try something like a little different this week. We're gonna start off with a little bit of BTE.
I think we should. Yeah. Okay, what are your takeaways from BTE this week?
Okay, so it seems like to me. So last week on Dynamite, we had this little story with Hangman Page, Kenny Omega.
Yeah,
they're not on the same page.
Oh,
even though they could, win a match together, they aren't necessarily friends. Kenny got left hanging by Hangman Page.
They're so not on the same page that Kenny doesn't know they're not on the same page.
Exactly.
Which is, a whole thing.
However, open up the episode here. Matt calls Hangman. Doesn't get an answer.
I think Hangman's a little bit too much of the bubbly. You know what I mean?
But Kenny can. So maybe Kenny and Hangman are okay. But yeah, that's kind of like the first bit. Frank Kazarian now has a Do Ya shirt.
This piece of merch. Shut up and take my 20. That's the merch today.
That's it. Yeah, that's
Do Ya?
Yeah, locked in because I'm definitely not buying the SCU Christmas sweater.
Yeah, no. I mean, look, I love a good ugly sweater for Christmas. I think this one's pretty sweet.
That's really nice.
Oh dear. But it's not my favorite sweater in the world. Although I do love how much the Bucks and SCU just love Christmas. Like if you've been watching BTE for the last couple of years, they always have a Christmas episode. Usually
I'm a big Christmas guy myself.
You are? You're a Christmas boy?
I'm all about Christmas.
Yeah. I mean, although there might be some tension this year at the Bucks household over Christmas. So
yeah.
that's later on in the show.
Yeah. So the payoff to the Do Ya bit has to be Bob Holly on BT, right?
I hope so, eventually. I don't think he's with the WWE right now, right?
Bob Holly's not with anybody.
Okay, so yeah, he should eventually make an appearance.
I saw Bob Holly wrestle Brody King.
Okay, well there you go.
So, on the Indies, so... Yeah.
Oh, what up, Jay Ronan? Hey, man.
Hey, yeah, AEW in LA, come on.
It's gonna come. Staples Center. Let's do that. Or you know what?
Why do the Bucks want to be on the road this much?
Let's go to the Pyramid, Long Beach Pyramid. They figured out the beer line, so I'm all in. Let's go.
Oh my god, if we can get the Sapporo gimmicks.
Oh hell yeah. That's the trick.
Everyone always goes to concessions.
Yeah, don't go to concessions.
And gets like some dogfish or whatever on tap.
No.
You can get a can of Sapporo. It's pretty cheap.
It's pretty
Long Beach
cheap
Pyramid
and delicious.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Johnny. AEWmerch.com, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the black version. This is the white version and the black version of the Orange Cassidy tee. The black's it's a sharp number.
Yeah. Also, like the Orange Cassidy website was a delight to buy this from.
Yeah, I think they've kind of like legitimized it, right?
Yeah, because they just had like the lorem ipsum like filler text. Yeah. But it arrived in an orange envelope, which I thought was really nice.
That's a nice touch.
Yeah, it was like cool. But okay, other stuff go ahead.
My big takeaway from BTE is that was the start, and then it was carried over into Dynamite this week of Christopher Daniels. He may have lost it.
He's lost it.
He lost it.
I mean, yeah, he did that Arabian press too.
Didn't look
himself,
great, obviously. So,
hey. Oh, poor CD.
Yeah, no.
This was meant to be like a big time spot for him, and it was
he ate shit.
It was
a bummer.
It was Sadness Town. Nakazawa and Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
Who is that motivational speaker in Nakazawa's ear?
I don't know.
Could Nakazawa join the Dark Order?
We've got a lot of potential Dark Order contenders. I want to talk about this at the very end of the show tonight.
BTE is very interlaced with Dynamite at this point.
Absolutely, yeah. It's almost like required. I know they've said that it's not, that you can just watch Dynamite, and I do think you can.
You can.
But it really enhances your experience.
There are some bits that if they were produced, I think, like more professionally, should just be on AEW TV. I understand they've only got so much time.
You got to cram all those matches in.
Drunk Hangman, probably not going to make it to Dynamite.
No, it also makes Private Party look like dicks, too.
Yeah.
But, you know.
because they gave Hangman alcoholism.
Yeah. Oh, Johnny. Okay, so Johnny's suggesting that the Chris Daniels botch maybe might be part of the story.
They'd be running with it for 3 things. They might just make a meal out of something.
I think they're just opportunists. That's some pretty fifth dimensional chess there, to borrow a shitty phrase.
Yeah. Oh, but that feels so bad.
Yeah.
Like the spot would feel so bad.
It would feel terrible. I hope it wasn't planned, because it looked like shit, and I bet it hurt like shit.
But so Angelico's balance.
Yep.
Just like walking on the rails.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah. The Beaver Boys. So we got a big segment with Alex Reynolds and John Silver. I am a huge John Silver fan.
Sure.
He actually just had a match in Beyond against Eddie Kingston.
Okay, all right.
Where he managed to get him up for a brainbuster.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
So he's got some strength.
John Silver is a strong guy.
Okay.
I only he was only in PWG for a cup of coffee, but I was a big fan when he was there.
Okay.
But yeah, we're seeing. Also, who's the guy in the commercials?
I don't know. I think we were talking about this when he first popped up. I think it was Joaquin suggested he's probably just an actor.
Yeah,
he's playing a part.
And he's playing Evil Uno essentially.
Exactly. Yeah, the face of Evil Uno.
Yeah, but can we end up with I think wrestling needs more supporting characters. I think AEW is really good with that so far. And I'm just wondering, could this be a Dr. Shelby situation? That
could be cool. He makes he kind of crosses over.
Yeah, it's like a Dario Cueto where it's just like, hey, you can take a bump every now and then.
Yeah,
you're an actor. You love to fall over.
I think it's fine. I
mean, that's the root of all acting.
Yeah, they're like
vaudeville. Pratt falls.
Yeah,
I'm a tumbler.
Is like a brutal pratfall. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. Like Chevy Chase, great bumper. Underrated.
Yeah,
you know,
couldn't run the ropes worth a
damn.
No,
not worth a no, but great bumper.
So what else we got here?
We can talk about Dark real quick before we move on.
Also, Hangman's getting the fireball.
Yeah,
that's. Remember the Roddy Strong special at PWG?
Yes, I do. Yes,
get a shot of fireball.
He's sliding. He's reaching rock bottom here.
I love how these incredibly sober boys play drunk.
Yes, it's great.
It's very funny.
Yeah. It's very old school BTE.
Yeah. Like this is like Kenny pretending to be drunk, where it's just like, that guy has never had a drink in his life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've said it with Marty. Although I'm sure Marty's had a couple beers.
Marty's from the UK. Marty is legally obligated to consume X amount of beer.
I think they wean children on beer in the UK.
It's true.
I've heard that.
Yeah. Milk and Guinness.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
That's a black and tan, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
That's why they call it that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So AEW Dark, we get greeted by a Vicky Guerrero appearance on commentary.
You know, okay, so she was good.
She was good.
She got better as the night went on. They leaned a little bit too much into the Cougar stuff at first, I thought.
Yeah.
But when Joey showed up, then she really soared.
Yeah.
They have great chemistry.
Yeah, that was super fun.
Yes.
Enjoyed the whole episode.
What's the highlight for you?
Private Party SCU.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I thought it was a good match. It was neither of their best matches, but also it's kind of surprised to see the tag champs going in there with a non-title match.
Absolutely.
But I feel like we need to get more screen time for SCU as champs. You can't just have everyone sit in the crowd every week. Right. Because you're not going to have them look at a TV because they don't do that.
Exactly.
So you got to find some other way to feature them.
Yeah.
I do like how they featured Scorpio Sky previously with like singles matches, but you know what? I think it was a good showcase for Private Party.
Yeah.
They're doing great.
Yep.
They've come back from like kind of like one of their more lackluster performances like about 3 weeks ago where they're kind of blown up.
Yeah. They're still green. They're going to get there.
And also it's like SCU are just like
when we see on tonight's episode, SCU, they can go a million miles an hour.
Oh, exactly.
It's outrageous.
Yeah. Anything else on Dark that like kind of
Orange Cassidy actually got in the ring.
The hottest tag.
The hottest hot tag. Holy shit.
Yeah. and then like I like that Vicky's story ran for him like Yeah, Joey and Vicky did go off the rails
a little bit, but it was, I don't know, I thought it was charming.
It was,
yes, you're right.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
But her like kind of like side curve on Orange Cassidy where she's just like,
right.
I'm not really into that.
Yeah.
And then like when he finally like stood in the ring, she was just like, oh
yes, I see. I see.
Yeah.
It was good. I like that they're starting to sort of peel back the layers of this Orange Cassidy, where we're seeing that it isn't all the sloth gimmick, that when he needs to go, he can go, right?
Yeah. And I feel like commentary, and this is something that runs actually into Dynamite too.
Yeah.
Commentary could kind of fill in some of those gaps for people, where it's like Orange Cassidy isn't just a crazy person.
Right.
Orange Cassidy is doing this for reasons where he thinks he is the coolest wrestler.
Yes.
And he likes all the parts of wrestling except for the wrestling part because that's scary and you get hurt. But,
I don't blame him.
But he's doing this to get in his opponent's heads.
Right.
He's throwing them off, and he has a counter to everything. So even when he throws those like weak kicks and stuff,
yep,
he's just waiting for his opponent to do something so he can get a reversal. Like I feel like commentary could put that stuff over a little better.
Sure.
So he doesn't come up. I think it goes for Chris Stat as well, where it's just like, does Chris Stat actually think she's an alien? Ask that question on commentary.
Yeah.
Like, because Chris Stat, I don't think actually thinks she's an alien.
No, I think it's mind games. The boop, for example, right? It's just getting in your opponent's head.
Yeah, like
in the world.
And you can make the joke that Excalibur does, where it's like, I believe that's how people from the Andromeda Galaxy communicate, which is very funny.
Yeah.
But that should be followed up with, it's just like, but really, she's messing with her opponents.
Right.
She's this incredibly strong competitor, incredibly young, and she's already found like her kind of weird gimmick.
Right.
That allows her to like get in her opponent's head.
Well, I mean, I think they've established. I think it was Jericho even said during one of his interviews. I'm it's failing me on which one, but like he sort of like pulled back that like, you know, it is something that wrestlers do. Wrestlers want to get noticed. They have outlandish gimmicks. They do ridiculous things because they want to make money. They want to be on TV. Like it makes sense that somebody like Orange Cassidy or Chris Statlander that it's grounded in a reality, even though it is very silly.
Yeah, but then you can also have your wrestling cult guys.
Yes,
and that can be treated as 100% real.
Mm-hmm.
For like storyline purposes on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think Lucha Underground, like, not the most subtle product in the world.
No, but I think they laid a lot of the groundwork.
Exactly, which is it's just like in the wrestling ring, you are sometimes seeing gods wrestle.
Yes.
But for all you know, they're professional wrestlers. And then all the backstage stuff is the stuff that you're not actually seeing.
Sure. Yes.
Like,
yeah.
And I liked that because it like built that reality.
Yeah.
I think AEW's been building like a really good reality with like backstage and the relationships between the characters. But
yes.
Yeah, not exactly sure if they're building the reality for individual characters that well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, we talked about this last week. I don't know, Johnny. That's right, you weren't here. So Johnny's suggesting that maybe we might get somebody different for Excalibur to play off of. Mm-hmm. We did say like when he was opposite, I believe it was MJF, like. Excalibur does work better opposite a classic heel, which he doesn't have on Dynamite.
Exactly. He has like guys who are like kind of ribbing him and having fun with him,
right? But
he doesn't have like a ridiculous heel to come play. Even Sean Spears, I thought he like did really well with.
Right. Even JR does better when he has a heel, like when he was with Jericho.
Oh my god, when Jericho was on, JR was like firing on all cylinders.
Yes.
Just like how JR was in the main event this week.
Which unfortunately, like I love Tony Schiavone, but
he's having a great time.
He's having a great time, but the show might be better served having a heel in the booth.
I wonder if we need to see more of Tony on Dark.
Yeah.
Rather than in the presenter role.
That'd be interesting. Yeah. I'd like to see it.
Also, Dasha's pants were outrageous.
Oh, yeah.
Dasha's pants were outrageous.
Burn your monitor, man. This is the reddest red I've ever seen in my life.
But also, it's like night and day for Dasha here.
Yes.
Like, Dasha had no personality in WWE.
Well, it gives Alvarez an aneurysm. He hates it. She's like clearly like a very charismatic, talented person.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Yes.
It has like just like a natural charisma.
They had her being a zombie.
On WWE. It's ridiculous.
I mean, we know the score there.
Yeah.
Should we get into Dynamite?
Let's make it happen.
All right.
We're going to do the thing where we go to the guy, and then here we are.
All right, so actual AEW Dynamite. We're in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Corpus Christi. So, Corpus Christi is infamously known as the worst wrestling crowd.
That's the rumor.
In the country.
Yes.
For they will sit on their hands for WWE. Mm-hmm. They will really like Corpus. They won't show up for WWE anymore either.
Right.
They still tape there because I guess it's cheap and it's part of the loop or whatever. Mm-hmm. But like, crowd has been historically bad. Holy shit, were we wrong? It just turns out that
they need something to talk about.
They need some fun.
Yeah, they just need something.
They had so much fun this week, and they really like. I saw like a lot of people were traveling to be at the Corpus Christi show, which is awesome. But like, what a great reset for that crowd, because like they were like villains. Like even though like WWE, like Raw and like stuff like that, you know, inconsistent. You get good matches still,
right?
So you expect the crowd to go up for them, and then they wouldn't in Corpus Christi.
Of course.
Here they were down for anything.
This was a lit crowd.
Yeah, awesome.
Especially this first match.
Oh my god. Okay, what were your thoughts?
So we start off already in the ring. Do you want to hit the little button here and go to the next slide? So yeah, we start off already in the ring. No entrances for the Lucha Bros, for Kenny Omega and Hangman, who are kind of the pseudo elite.
Yeah.
This match was a little slow to start. They spent a lot of time doing the Pentagon glove bit, the whole thing.
But it paid off, which is like we actually got that moment with Hangman where he got to like assert himself.
Right.
Which is, he's needed that for a while.
This is the best Hangman's look, I think, in AEW so far.
Yeah. He had like a real, it's that, I mean, I hate to say it's like, oh, Hangman needs an edge, because not everyone in wrestling needs to have an edge. Hangman needed an edge.
He's a fucking Hangman. He needs an edge.
He does cowboy shit.
Yeah.
He's the Hangman.
It's true. He's being transformed from like, I don't know, like late era Lex Luger into like early Lex Luger.
Yeah.
Right? He's just a little more interesting now.
This is interesting. So Johnny and Jay are both saying bring in Taz. Taz did a really great job.
Taz was fantastic.
I've always loved Taz on commentary. Like, even when he was bad, I liked Taz on commentary.
As long as he's motivated, he's one of the best color commentators there is.
I feel like Tony and Taz could be like really fun.
That'd be a fun, like, a dark commentary team, perhaps.
Yeah.
Give Excalibur a break.
Yeah. Also, where the hell's Golden Boy? Because Golden Boy is fantastic.
Pay-per-views only, Frank.
Fuck.
4 times a year.
He's really good.
I know.
He's like legitimately like I think Excalibur's the best.
Of course, yes.
But like Golden Boy's like right there with him.
Maybe Golden Boy will turn heel, right?
I don't think it's possible.
Esports athletes are the only athletes.
Oh my god. You know who I think should go in there with Chris Jericho? Shroud.
Oh man,
Ninja.
Kenny Omega's got nothing on Daigo.
Yeah, Ninja versus Luchasaurus.
Fucking actually, you know.
You know what? I want to see Ninja go flying.
Yeah, but like Final Destination, no weapons.
But lost the thread.
Yeah, this match. Okay, so finishing this match is the thing that we really need to talk about. So slight miscommunication. Hangman decks Kenny with the lariat. Kenny gets hit with the package pile driver, and the Lucha Bros get the win, which makes perfect sense because they're a highly ranked tag team. They're a full-time tag team. And this sort of...
They already got their upset last week.
Exactly. And we get the tension now rising between Kenny and Hangman.
But there's tension, and then the bastard is back.
It's a little awkward.
Yeah.
I don't know, chat, what did you guys think? I thought they cut to Pac, and he stands there for a beat too long before he says anything. You're like, you're alive, pal. Like, hey, just gotta talk about something.
Yeah. But so Pac comes in, gonna beat up Michael Nakazawa.
We gotta hit that button. We got a little visual for that too. Hey, there we go.
Shh, I'm hunting Michael Nakazawa.
Yes. Great. Good shit.
I love that Michael Nakazawa just faces the corner. I assume that's how he lives his life.
You know, yeah.
Just got your beats on.
He's a confident
looking
man.
Directly into the corner of a room.
Yeah,
he's Blair Witch in there, but he's chilling.
Yeah. He's very relaxed. I like it. Yeah. Rookie, so Johnny's pointing out that I kind of disagree a little bit here. I think
thought this one they followed the rules, but in the main event,
not so much. Yeah, but no, I think the Lucha Bros are the biggest defenders of the sort of not following the tag rules thing because it's just where they wrestle.
Yeah,
they don't have those rules, and I think it's just going to take them.
And Jericho's like,
some more time.
I know when I worked in Mexico, you had to tag. Well, you don't anymore.
Yeah, exactly. That's not how we do it.
Chikara, you don't have to tag.
Exactly. Yes. So yeah. I mean, Johnny, you're absolutely right. I think they have made some improvements. I'm sure it's going to take the Lucha. It's hard to tell Pentagon and Phoenix to change what their act is.
Yeah.
You know,
because I would like to see a slightly more serious Pentagon.
Of course.
Phoenix is
fucking incredible. Yeah.
Oh my god, I love how much JR loves Phoenix.
He's way in on him. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so he should be. But he's like, arguably like one of the top 5 wrestlers like working right now. And you can make a case that he's like maybe one of course. Them, like Kazuchika Okada, Kota Ibushi, Rey Fenix, Kenny Omega.
I think there's Yeah.
In WWE right now, I assume that there's like, you've got your Ciampas and your Garganos and your Coles and stuff.
Yep.
But I don't know. I think Phoenix is above those guys.
I haven't watched enough NXT lately to be able to have an opinion. I'm going to wade into that one.
Good match. Dude, Adam
I heard.
Cole's, like, first of all, the guy had like a broken wrist.
He's had a broken wrist.
Yeah. And then they had him like wrestle like 5 days straight, including like multiple gimmick matches.
Yeah, I saw the War Games match. That was great.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Phoenix is awesome. But so we go backstage.
Yep.
Michael Nakazawa's disappeared.
Yeah, door closes, and then Kenny rushes to the backstage area. A lot of this happens during the commercial break, which there's been a lot of talk online, where especially people like Brian Alvarez very frustrated.
So on the stream I watched.
Okay.
Did not.
Oh, it didn't never cut away.
Yeah.
Okay, so all the stuff with Kenny going backstage, bumping into the Lucha Bros, being saved by Hangman, that was all picture-in-picture.
God damn it.
Yeah.
So when I watched it wasn't.
Okay, so you got one of the Fight TV streams. Okay.
Yeah, I was on one of the Fight TV streams. By the way, I pay for Sling TV.
Mm-hmm.
I literally pay to watch AEW. I don't watch anything else on it. I tape NXT.
And you do, when it works.
Yeah, when it works. And it worked perfectly last couple weeks.
Yes.
This week, it did not.
Not so much.
I couldn't start it from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I had to watch a stream so I could catch up.
Okay, makes sense.
And then once I caught up, I could switch over to Sling.
Okay. But we don't ever find out what happened to Michael Nakazawa. He just vanished.
Disappears. So Lucha Brothers beat up Kenny.
Yep.
Hangman comes to his aid.
Which is nice.
Interesting. Different.
We're gonna drag this thing out a little longer, I think.
Yeah.
Right? We're gonna really tease it out.
Well, I feel like, you know what? Do you know what would be great if they put tension in the relationship and they have a match and then it makes their bond stronger?
That would be really cool.
I feel like we're building to like not the Elite explode, but to like an Elite reunion.
I think that'd be nice, and also they work really well as a tag team. Actually, you know, it's funny. Allison, my tag team partner, commented that they look related.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've kind of got the curly hair thing going on a little bit.
They could both do some cowboy shit.
Yeah.
Kenny on BTE trying to learn how to be a cowboy?
Yes.
Sign me up.
I'm into it. He's from Calgary. Calgary, or up near Calgary. I hear Calgary is the Texas of Canada, is my understanding.
God damn it.
It's true.
Yeah, it is. So.
Okay.
I have some corrections to make. Because we were talking about Butcher and the Blade on the last show.
Yes.
So, the Butcher is in a large band. Yeah. And made the theme song for Butcher and the Blade.
That's really cool.
Which is super dope.
Yeah.
And he's still evil Teddy Roosevelt.
still evil Teddy Roosevelt.
Better look this week for the Blade too.
Yes.
Everyone's like upgrading their looks. I loved this.
This is a really strong match.
I loved it. Darby Allin.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, Calgary Rodeo Center for Canada. Thank you again, Johnny. Yeah, hence the saddles. There you go. Yeah,
makes sense. Yeah. I love this. Darby Allin is the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like Darby Allin is the guy. Like I'm glad he was in commercials. I'm glad they knew this months beforehand. They worked out that he had like this appeal. I love that there are people who are doing his makeup in the audience every week now.
Really cool stuff. The number of people that are doing the Darby thing is actually quite surprising. Like not surprising, but it's encouraging.
Yeah, I mean like Darby was getting attention on the indies.
Yes.
But he wasn't like the guy on these shows.
Right.
PWG just put him in some main events like right before AEW started.
Right.
But yeah. So like general thoughts on the match?
I thought it was a solid tag match. Did a good job of sort of giving each Cody and Darby their own kind of hot tag moment.
Yeah.
I liked that Cody gets the victory here, not having to use the Crossroads necessarily. Oh, you get the visual pin with the Crossroads.
Yeah.
But he uses the Cody Cutter.
Yeah. Which is great. I was like talking a little bit about Cody earlier today on the internet.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, cyberspace.
Okay.
Information superhighway. The web.
Thanks, Al Gore.
So I was talking about Cody, and Cody has just worked out what WCW, like the old school WCW style is in 2019, which is like a stripped back, raw emotion, but with a couple contemporary high spots peppered in there.
Yes.
To like make it like the Cody Cutter. Which is a huge move.
Well, he's upgraded it. He's just come off the middle rope. Now he's going off the top.
Now he's doing the disaster kick into.
Yes.
Like
it's a nice little 1-2. It's a good setup. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a couple things here. First of all, we got our cat count. JR.
Meow.
We got one
Cats
tonight.
are back.
We got the cat back. He says Darby Allin's a different kind of cat. And he is.
It's true.
It's true.
He's different. He's a different kind of cat.
So JR.
What kind of cat? What's a different cat?
He's a Jellico cat.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Is he an Idris Elba cat?
He maybe. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna go see that movie on Friday.
Are you really you're gonna go see Cats?
Already have the tickets.
Good for you, Frank.
Yeah.
Never change.
Star Wars?
Cats.
Cats.
Yeah, buddy.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, buddy. So interesting bit of
Sports
business.
and entertainment.
Interesting bit of business on commentary here. The commentary team mentions that they've heard rumors that MJF is taking out loans against his elite or the AEW the Diamond Ring.
Oh, JR called it a watch.
Although we called it a watch.
Oh,
They covered it
JR.
up.
JR.
He's taking out loans against the ring to hire the Butcher and the Blade, insinuating that MJF is in fact fake money.
And I bet he's gonna be real mad about that.
I think he'll be pissed. Yeah. Which is I thought that was pretty cool. Bunny got involved here tonight in the match. She had a nice little moment. I think this is the right situation for Allie, at least for now. She can be present on TV, she can be involved, and she doesn't have to sort of like be in an already crowded, which I can't believe I'm saying this, and it's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, granted, the women need more representation on the show still. We need more, maybe another match or two each week, but it is a crowded women's division now, all of a sudden.
Which is great.
Yeah.
I still think there's room. But, you know, I feel like as, you know, people's contracts in Japan, like, wrap up in, like, Stardom and stuff, like, we're going to start to see some interesting characters.
Where's the magical girl?
Where is Yuka Sakazaki?
Mm-hmm.
Rio was there this week, though. Rio's back.
Yeah, which was nice. Yeah, she was in the crowd during a match that's going to come up in a little bit later. So in the chat, so they do the focus on tag team wrestling. They're using the sort of like old school, in my understanding, NWA and actually kind of like modern New Japan booking, which is you give us week-to-week tag matches to build up to singles matches, make the singles matches feel special.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that makeshift tag team beat the Butcher and the Blade.
Right.
This early on. But not everyone can be an unstoppable monster.
Well, they're just hired guns.
Yeah.
You know?
And maybe we'll see some fallout from that. I feel like they're about to go on a tear.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm a fan of both the Butcher and the Blade.
Yep.
I'm a fan of Darby Allin. Cody's doing the best work of his life.
Yeah.
Just a delight.
He's having a blast.
Oh, I was having a blast watching this.
He looks. He's. I mean, there's a reason he's the most over babyface in the company. You're having fun through him. Like you can see that he's living his dream.
Yeah. It's awesome. All right. So, Kong is in action.
I mean, you know what? It's not. Might as well. Don't even call it a match.
Yeah.
She's in action. She's wrestling Miranda Alizé. It is a squash.
Oh, yes.
We also get, leading up to this, we get a little promo from Brandy. Yes. I think it's an inset promo, right?
Yeah.
And we get another look at the bald man. So, we were talking about this a little bit off the air.
There's speculation as to the identity of the bald gentleman.
So there's speculation that he is a wrestler who I'm not familiar with. I tried to look him up today. I didn't have a lot of time. So he's a gentleman named, potentially, Dr. Luger, who's a Canadian wrestler and an old friend.
Or is it Dr. Luther?
Or Dr. Luther.
Yeah.
Old friend of Chris Jericho's, wrestled in Canada, wrestled in like promotions like FMW.
Yeah.
Older gentleman, not a spring chicken. Don't know what the hell they're gonna do with this guy or why he's with this group.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah. Guess we'll find out.
Guess so.
Johnny thinks it's Dr. Luther.
There you go. Okay,
right.
Cool. Confirmed.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm glad they finally had Kong in action this week.
Yeah.
Because Kong is legitimately your biggest crossover star.
Right.
And I'm not sure.
You've been banging this hammer for a while.
I'm not sure if a supporting role is what you need for Kong right now. Like,
but you gotta keep her limited. Like, she looked like it looked painful for her to move.
But I think about that Double or Nothing triple threat and how great like that whole match looked.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, Kong is definitely limited due to like a lifetime of injuries.
Yes.
Working Japan.
Absolutely.
Working the WWE schedule.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Holy shit, Dr. Luther's 51. Good lord. Yeah.
Throw him in there with Dustin. Fuck it.
You know what? Honestly, at this point after PCO, I'm open to anything.
Yeah, PCO's a damn champ.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm open to any of it.
Dr. Luther, PCO, let's go.
Yes.
Who knows?
Go. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just glad Kong was on TV.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure about Nightmare Collective.
We get a little more direction for them this week, at least. Although again, we've got kind of two different versions of the same thing here again, which is we have the Dark Order and the Nightmare Collective kind of trying to do similar things, obviously different approaches.
Yeah. I still think the unified Dark Universe under Marty Scurll is something that could happen. I guess we should talk about Marty Scurll for just a minute.
Okay.
So, end of NWA's Into the Fire pay-per-view.
Yep.
We get to hear theme music for the first time in the NWA Power.
Yes.
Which is we hear Marty's theme song. So Marty owns his theme song.
Sure does.
Which is a shame because I really liked his Steve Aoki Bloody Beetroots Warp remix that he would use in PWG.
Whoop.
The original Whoop Whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
But actually, I think Party Marty had a whoop whoop too.
And this was carried over.
Yeah, and then like that carried over.
It's a crossover whoop whoop.
Yeah, the whoop whoop follows him everywhere. But maybe Marty's the guy who brings it all together. He could be the higher power. Imagine the higher power reveal where it's like good.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
If JR says that, if they, oh my god, I'm fantasy booking into the ether.
So I think him joining NWA, at least for a little run here, to have a rematch with Nick Aldis, to try to win the NWA World Title, I think this actually bodes more. This bodes better for him joining AEW ultimately than it would be for him to go to like an NXT, to go back to Ring of Honor, or even go to like a New Japan. Just because this feels like something like he wants to do this, he can kill some time. Yeah. He can do this until like maybe some of his other guys in Ring of Honor get out of their contracts.
Brody King, Flip Gordon.
Exactly.
If they wait till after, like, they have to do it at Double or Nothing, right?
We'll see. Yeah.
Or Revolution in Chicago. Another Chicago pay-per-view. Come on, y'all, please.
Oh, okay.
I know we talked about this already.
Yeah. Now that's quite the theory. That's quite the theory, Johnny Cliche.
That is some.
That would be ballsy. Okay, so
that's some Joaquin fantasy booking right there.
Okay, so the suggestion here is that ultimately it will be revealed that Cody is in charge of the Dark Order and the Nightmare Collective.
And MJF was right.
And MJF was right the whole time. What a double turn that would be. That would be ballsy. I'll say that much because again, he's their most over babyface. That would be ballsy.
Yeah, here's the thing. He like Cody loves being a heel.
He would. I mean,
but he's so good as a babyface. Like it's like his dad now.
We'll see.
But yeah,
that's interesting. I'll say much. That's interesting. That's interesting.
So
yes,
Jungle Boy 10-minute time limit match.
Yep.
Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, Jungle Jack.
Jungle Jack. It's what he's gonna call him.
Yeah.
JR refuses to just say Jungle Boy.
It's so we had the nice little like in-ring interview,
which was
cool. A little bit.
Yep. Very like every Attitude Era.
Yeah. I love the training vignette.
Yep.
It's a strong
Dude,
kid.
Box jumps with the fucking weights up? Oh my god.
He was doing the Kenny run with like the
weird mask.
Jimmy Havoc mask.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. What'd you think of the match?
I love this.
Yeah.
This is my favorite thing in the show. And I don't think it's even close. This was perfectly
Some people hated this, by the way.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes people are watching a different show to me, where I'm just like, well, you wanted this to be a 5-star match? You didn't want Jungle Boy to be in there with him at all because he has a weird gimmick?
People have spent the last 20 years basically being programmed that wrestling is this antagonistic thing that is done at them and not for them. And I think it's just going to take some deprogramming. And look, they don't do everything right on AEW. Like, we're going to point some things out. I think the finish to tonight's show is something that we need to talk about.
Yeah.
But this match was fucking great. So, okay.
I'm a fan. Jungle Boy looked fantastic.
Yeah, it's a very 80s thing. It's a throwback to was it Ric Flair and Jerry Lawler did something similar in Memphis, which I think is on.
Even like for AEW, and like we have to remember, like people who watched Fyter Fest didn't necessarily watch AEW Dynamite, right. So the time limit thing's actually like kind of new to them.
Yes.
Because like Cody and Darby infamously went to that draw.
Right. Yep.
Man. Chris Jericho is just making stars. AEW as a whole,
yes.
The whole idea for AEW is they're just making stars this year.
Yes.
And the shows I feel like may actually suffer a little bit for them like making so many stars.
Yep.
But going into next year, you've got Jungle Boy up there. You've got Luchasaurus up there.
Darby Allin.
You got Darby Allin up there. You got Scorpio Sky up there.
MJF.
You've got all these people that build up, and like even like guys like Dustin Rhodes, you've built them back up.
Yes.
Like made them special again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really cool. Like Chris Jericho, I just came into this and was just like, I'm just gonna make some people.
Yep.
But so we went from Painmaker Jericho, Mean Chris Jericho, Judas Effect Chris Jericho for the AEW debuts, kind of coming out of that more serious clown man New Japan character he's doing. And then we started to get the Inner Circle forms, and then we start to see goofy Chris Jericho.
Le Champion.
Yeah, we get to see funny, weird Chris Jericho.
Yes.
He's been doing this Jon Moxley bit. Is Jon Moxley's potential rejection of Chris Jericho going to lead us back to Painmaker serious Chris Jericho? Is he going to get mad?
It's funny you said that. That's exactly what I was thinking. I think we're definitely building to when that match actually happens. It's going to be Painmaker New Japan Chris Jericho.
Yeah, and he is going to be very angry.
Yes.
And Jon Moxley is going to have all sorts of props.
Yes. The plunder, baby.
Yeah.
A bicycle.
Yeah. I can't wait for Excalibur to say he got a bicycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Pac's like right there. Yeah, Pac and Spears are both super overlooked, Johnny. I completely agree.
But I think that's part of, like you're saying, that sort of feeds into their heel characters, right? That gives them motivation.
Pac, I mean, should have a title shot by now.
100%.
Where's his goddamn title shot?
Yeah.
Sean Spears maybe doesn't need a title shot, but I like his like tag team exploration.
That's a new story for him. Him and Tully looking for a tag team partner. I guess it's not Kip Sabian.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So end of this match, Jake Hager murders Marco Stunt.
Yep.
Which is awesome.
Good shit.
Again, anyone who was mad that Marco Stunt was a part of Lucha Express was wrong.
Right.
You're all wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marco Stunt's awesome.
Yeah.
He's really small, but because he's really small, you can do stuff like that to him, which would make everyone else look great.
It looks fantastic. So, two takeaways here, I guess, like for me, mostly, like, a question for you about takeaways. Does this lead to, or are we eventually going to get, maybe the next month, a rematch where Jungle Boy, it's an actual match and Jericho gets his win?
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like you have to have the match now.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and then also, are you excited for the January 1st show where now we're going to get Mox's answer, hypothetically?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's going to say no.
Of course he's going to say no.
But they've built it up so much now, I don't know anymore.
Okay, well, there you go.
That's the thing. It logically makes no sense for him to do this at all.
Yeah. Well, it makes more sense, though, for the character. He is ducking Moxley. Like he doesn't want to have to wrestle him, so he's trying to make him his buddy. Yeah. Like, that's, I mean, it's the most transparent heel shit ever, but it works because he's this comical clown man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's going to get really mad. And I think he's a smart guy, so he's going to be anticipating the no.
Yeah. He is aging quickly in front of our eyes.
Oh, Chris Jericho, yeah. Yeah.
He is old.
So Chris Jericho won the belt at Double or Nothing.
Yep.
So he loses it at Double or Nothing, right?
Ooh, a whole year. Interesting. I'd like to see.
I mean, that's how you build a belt, right?
Yeah.
Put it on someone for a year. You put it on a superstar for a year. But the question is, who's the guy?
Moxley.
You think it's Mox?
I think so.
I think it's Kenny.
Ooh.
I think it has to be Kenny. I think
we've got a long way to go before we get there.
I think we're, and I like, talking about like Brian Alvarez on Wrestling Observer Radio.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega, he's a geek. That's what he says. And yeah, Kenny Omega has really taken a back seat in these early stages of AEW. And he said he's like, I'm more focused on the women's division. I want to try out this tag thing. I want to try out these different characters and stories and do something a little different. I want to try out being an American style pro wrestler.
Yeah.
Good job, Kenny. Thank you. I need Kazuchika Okada, Kenny Omega right now.
Bring me the cleaners.
Yeah. That's
Bring me the cleaner.
So I guess it's also like, we're furthering this Luchasaurus Jake Hager angle too.
Which is weird. We don't know yet when.
Well, Hager is yet to take a bump.
Right. Well, he
didn't take a bump here.
It's a Bellator thing.
Yeah,
right?
it's a Bellator thing
against his contract. So I'm not sure where we're gonna go with that. But yeah. Okay. Right after this,
Britt Baker, Chris Stat.
So Stat earned this earned the number one contender match.
Yeah.
By winning on Dark the previous night. So here we are, Statlander and Baker. If you were wondering whether they were putting the rocket on Statlander, she's just not steamrolled, but had a clean, decisive victory over the woman that we all said was probably going to be the ace of this division.
Yeah. Chris Stat looked great.
Yep.
Britt still having like some static there.
She just seems a step slower than she did the first couple of matches she had in AEW, and I don't know what it is. Or
she's not wrestling indies. She's not wrestling every week.
Maybe. I mean, that's you're probably right. Yeah.
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 Here's the thing. I know Britt Baker is great. Britt Baker was awesome in the All In women's match.
Exactly.
I thought Britt Baker and Rio was a really good match too.
Yep.
Like Britt can go.
Yes.
I liked Britt and B Priestley as well.
Yep.
Like all good stuff.
Yeah.
But just inconsistent. Chris Stat though, awesome. Are they going to zany on the gimmick is the question.
She hasn't done the voices yet.
Yeah.
Like we said earlier, it could just be mind games thing. It doesn't have to be a whole deal.
I think some people are critical of it in a way that they're just like I've seen these silly characters in WWE. I've seen these silly characters in WCW, and I think there's room for silly and funny.
Yes.
Are we going too far with Chris Stat at this point when the crowd's already behind Chris Stat? You just make it weirder.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Glad for Chris Stat.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're gonna get Chris Stat Rio.
100%.
Very soon.
I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't happen on the 1st.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Brandy comes out. We get the big moment here. Brandy offers Stat a spot in the Nightmare Collective.
So, a babyface turned down a heel spot in a stable.
Yeah.
Perhaps on January 1st we'll get a different result.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. This is what it is. I think Brandy's still figuring it out. She might not.
I don't,
Your mileage may vary.
I don't know about this gimmick still.
I don't know.
I still think it was a silly spot to put Kong in. I liked Kong as like the muscle for Brandy. I thought that was a cool bit.
Yeah, Brandy wants to do like weird voodoo shit. It's cool.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Is this stuff that would make people not want to watch this show? I think there's a crowd of people that would. We should. Anna, where are you?
Yeah, right.
Anna.
We need to talk about this, Anna.
Yeah. Is Supernatural a show that has crossover appeal with wrestling?
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt for one reason.
True Blood.
I know being the elite.
True Blood.
I know being the elite is not AEW. Like they're different things, but there were enough things that I like. You with Trevor and
yeah.
There's enough things that happened when they first happened in being the elite. You're like, that was dumb and stupid. And what was the point?
Well, it's like Dark Order in AEW at the start.
Sure.
Didn't work.
They might figure this out. Let's let it play out and see where it lays. You know?
And yeah, so Chris Stat, and not in the Nightmare Collective.
No. And the main event. Good God, this was fast. Holy shit.
No entrances again.
Just
no one gets entrances in AEW.
No. We don't have time.
Yeah.
We're desperately out of time.
We're desperately out of time.
All the time.
This was... I loved this.
Yes.
Breathless. Not as breathless as like the All-In main event.
Come on.
Maybe not as breathless as like the Private Party match, but...
Oh, I thought this was way faster. Really? You didn't think it was... Oh, my God.
I mean... The finish just happens in this one, though. Maybe that's what I think.
It ends a little abruptly. I'll agree there. But my God,
yeah,
I'm so impressed with like sort of Nick keeps up.
Nick Jackson.
He's been hanging out with Phoenix a lot.
Yeah,
he's basically stealing half of his gimmick of being in the ropes.
Also Nick and Phoenix. Like again, that match was like so fun.
Right, incredible stuff.
Like, but Nick Jackson.
Yeah.
They never talk about Matt. Matt sells so hard. They're just like, he just takes some time off.
Right.
Like, yeah. Which I love. Like, Matt Jackson, I think, is one of the best sellers in
he's doing the arm
wrestling
now instead of the back. His arm's the new thing.
He probably just didn't want to take any more bad back.
Well, he said, I don't know if this is kayfabe or not. He said on Twitter after the fact that he got a stinger during the match.
Oh, shit. Well,
so
that sucks.
We'll see what happens. Actually, to start real quick, Johnny brings up, we forgot to mention this. So Sadie Gibbs comes out.
Yeah.
Makes the save for Chris Statlander. It is a weird pairing. I mean, they are both not from America. One's an alien, and one is from Portugal. Yeah. Right? So.
That's Shanna. Shanna's from Portugal.
Oh, that's right. I'm thinking of Shanna. Yeah. But still, Sadie Gibbs.
Yeah.
Look, people are friends. Right?
Yeah, people in AEW interact with each other.
Right. And so, like, and you don't even always see it.
Yeah. And sometimes they just want to get out there. It's just like, hey, this Chris Statlander, they probably need some help.
Right. Gonna go save her. Yeah.
It's the opposite of WWE where no one has any friends.
Right. Well, especially like Roman Reigns, the poor bastard, supposed to be a locker room leader.
Yeah.
Nobody helps him ever.
Yeah, you can't even get like, I don't know, like Akira Tozawa like running out to help him.
You can't get the Usos. It's fucking cousins.
Well, they're too busy in the Uso penitentiary right now.
Yeah. He got acquitted. You hear about
that?
Yeah,
he
got not
acquitted.
Guilty. Yeah. I gotta get those lawyers. What did you think of the finish though? Too abrupt? And were you surprised that it was just a clean SCU win?
I was not surprised it was a clean SCU win. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
We're still building SCU. SCU are the team who needed the belts.
Yeah. Well, and something to keep in mind, the Bucks just had an insane street fight less than a week before where they were both injured.
Yeah.
So to me, this makes sense.
Yeah. I wish they played that.
We lost the stream? We lose the stream? Is that right?
Let me see. Seems like it's working for me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me take a look here.
We'll double check. But I was anyway. I'm not surprised that SCU won, like you were saying.
Yeah.
They needed the win. They did a great I'm sort of been trained now with AEW, especially with Bucks matches, where it seems like they do. Oh, okay, cool, thank God. So it seems like with Bucks matches especially, there is like not finisher spam, but it takes a lot to put the Bucks away.
Oh yeah, I mean like I've seen every PWG match ever.
Right, exactly. But with this match, my God, it was simply the SCU later, and that was it.
Yeah, a little abrupt, considering everything they'd done in the match.
Commentary could have probably put over a little better that they were still injured from last week.
Yeah, I felt like it kind of came out of nowhere.
Yes.
But great match. Yeah. Just a great match. I think this is like maybe the best showing for SCU so far.
Yeah.
Like Frankie Kazarian especially looked fantastic in this match.
He's like losing years. Like he's de-aging in front of our eyes. It's incredible.
He has a painting somewhere.
Yeah.
And Chris Jericho got the wrong painting.
He chose poorly.
Yeah, he really did. Oh. They need to maybe cut back on the bubbly.
On the bubbly. That'll get you.
Man, this match, super dope. Had a great time.
This is your match of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Just again, I still cannot get over how fast these guys fly around the ring.
Yeah, I really love Butcher and Blade and Darby and Cody.
Yeah,
and also we had the Kenny match. This is a very good show.
I'm really interested to see Butcher and Blade wrestle somebody like the Bucks or SCU, because I do think what I like about Butcher and the Blade is that they have a very slow, old school throwback style that is a nice sort of change of pace to the rest of the tag team division that are like kind of flying all over the place.
Yeah.
And like it's different.
Is the audience going to be exhausted though watching that?
Because
I kind of want to see SCU and Butcher and Blade, because I'm just like, they could work the same pace.
Right. Yeah. I mean, SCU, that's the reason they're champions. They can do both.
They can do anything.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, Diet Mountain Doom Tempest. Hello.
Oh hell yeah.
Everything's going good.
All right.
Thank you for hanging out. But yeah.
And we get to the big angle.
The big angle. So, John Silver, Alex Reynolds, the Beaver Boys.
Yep.
Our jobbers of the week.
Yep.
Alex Reynolds famously murdered by Jon Moxley very recently.
Yes.
A lot of stuff on BTE, a lot of backstage stuff on Dynamite. Watching like the joindarkorder.com commercials and everything.
Yeah.
So they joined the group.
Yep.
So now there's a heater tag team under.
Good. That's great.
Good. That's
how stables work. You wrestle the lower guys to get to the upper guys. And yes, there is a fucking Dorian Gray reference here, because that's what watching the Elite is all about. Making obnoxious references to things.
We went to film school.
Yeah.
And occasionally read books.
We've got nothing to do with this knowledge.
Yeah. If Joaquin was here.
Oh my God. Could you imagine?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I
think it was Benjamin Franklin that said. He's like, Jesus Christ, man. Just stop. Just stop.
That is. By the way, Joaquin, we miss you. When are you coming back?
We miss you so much, buddy.
Yeah.
Did you notice?
Yes.
Okay, so all Dark Order's wearing the green masks, all the creepers. Our Beaver Boys get 2 purple masks. Yeah. There is a third purple masked man who's already in the ring during the beatdown.
Who is that?
Who gets down near the Bucks near the end of the beatdown. I think it's Brandon Cutler. Looks like his build.
No.
I think it's already happened.
Maybe
he's been blooded already.
Maybe he's already maybe he's going inside. Maybe it's an inside job.
Okay.
Michael Nakazawa, maybe?
Could be. They're thin-framed gentlemen is what it looked like. Yeah.
Because they've been teasing Nakazawa, they've been teasing CD.
Yep.
But CD just got his ass kicked, so probably not CD.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, Easter egg conspiracy. I think you're absolutely right. It is Brandon Cutler. But they've seized Cutler, Hangman, Chris Daniels, the Beaver Boys we already paid off, Nakazawa, and that's kind of.
It'd be great if they just use Cutler for this and then they don't use him for it again.
That'd be, sure. Yeah, just to mix people up. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you could be an inside. You could be an inside man.
Yeah. CM Punk.
Oh.
He's like, come on, just put a mask on me so I can just go out there.
That'd be hilarious. I mean, he's done it before.
He has done it before.
Yeah. What do you think of closing the show with Dark Order, going all in on them? Is that they basically beat up every major babyface in the company. Now, granted, they had the numbers.
If don't do things 50%.
Right.
Go all the way.
Yeah.
If these are your guys, if this is your big angle and people like it, let's go.
Yeah. I mean, it's bold. I'll say that much.
We've done a lot of big beatdown angles, a lot of big run-in angles. We've seen like a lot of messy WCW, ECW, Attitude Era type fill the ring finishes.
Yeah.
Over the run of AEW, which I'm not usually the biggest fan of. I think this is good.
Yeah.
I think this is good.
Well, visually, it's really striking. Like this visual in the ring of these guys in the black outfits.
Also, Uno is such a fantastic promo. Finally, like this whole join Dark Order bit.
Yep.
Great.
It's finally paying off.
Give the man a microphone.
He needs to be in the ring and have a mic. And
also Stu Grayson.
Stu Grayson's a snack. Let me tell you.
Stu Grayson's new look.
That guy.
Very nice. No more purple loincloth.
No, guys, shredded. Looks great. It's looking good.
Yeah. So this was dope.
I liked the ending. I understand some of the criticism.
It's a lot of clusterfucky stuff.
And Dark Order isn't as over, maybe, with some of the fans. There's a lot of people were saying, I didn't notice this because maybe I was invested in the angle. People were saying the crowd was pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Maybe that was true. I know they were quiet at Double or Nothing. You remember it was dead silent.
Hey,
so
Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last time of the year was ended with Dark Order. This is like what your kickoff angle is for. Maybe send people home happy. Maybe send them home the Corpus Christi crowd will go home happy. There's probably they probably rise up and have a match.
Tony Khan came out and gave Sean Spears a stunner.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'm dead serious. Yeah.
That is great.
Yeah.
So yeah. I loved it.
Yep.
I think it's good. I think where's your Kenny Omega?
Did he not come out? I thought
no, he did. He got beat up.
The only one that didn't come out was Hangman.
Yeah. But Kenny Omega's meant to be a megastar.
We'll see.
And I feel like he's the guy who's gonna print you money. And I get they're trying to do the opposite of like the boys booking the boys type thing
Right.
in AEW. It might be time for the boys to book the boys.
Hey, remember, we have infinite time, hypothetically.
Hypothetically, as long as the ratings don't drop too much. And
I don't watch the ratings, but I heard there's tough ratings this week.
Yeah, NXT
going up against impeachment and the whole thing.
Yeah, well, NXT also won.
Yeah,
and they won the demographic too.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't want to focus on ratings too much. They're an archaic nonsense, but it matters for the show's success.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's the only reason I care about the ratings. I don't care about them beating NXT. I want both shows to do well. I just want the ratings to do well enough that the show continues to exist.
Also, I love JR put over Evil Uno. Finally,
yes,
he gets it now.
Mm-hmm.
Also, coming up next, putting over the movie Battleship.
Yes!
Stick with us.
Holy shit.
Battleship.
And then doesn't Tony Schiavone say like disgusting?
Yeah.
Obviously he's not referring to Battleship, but he probably is referring to Battleship.
He should be.
The movie's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Do we have any more slides on this bad boy?
I was just gonna. Because we flipped the script.
Oh yeah, we did.
I was just gonna talk about and the next
a
one.
poop.
Yeah, there you go. Man. You want to go full screen here real quick?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, big thoughts. Oh, they're celebrating Stone Cold's birthday.
Oh, that's great. That's fantastic.
That's
great. Big thoughts. We've got a lot of angles still sort of percolating.
So Dave Meltzer said NXT is what AEW should have been right now.
You know, look,
and I thoroughly disagree because NXT already exists.
Yeah,
and they have the most money, and they've signed all the big indie talent, and the indies need time to replenish. Should AEW be pulling people from Japan for pure match quality? Perhaps. Is that going to get people watching over like long term? I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
Of course I want to see great wrestling matches on TV.
Yeah.
We need a Kenny Omega, Kazuchika Okada on television type situation.
Yes.
Not specifically Okada, but we need to see the best Kenny Omega match on TV.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily need to see him bleed everywhere. We don't need to see him in a tag team getting beat up by a bunch of masked goons.
Sure.
We do need some big quality wrestling. We're seeing crazy tag team wrestling. Yeah. We're seeing awesome stuff. We're seeing maybe too much awesome stuff.
They're going to make you pay for that Kenny singles match.
I think they need to give you a little taste.
Okay,
what you're paying for.
I think this January 1st show is going to be a real. I mean, obviously it's the first show of the year, but like they've set up a lot of things here. This is their sort of kickoff going into their next big pay-per-view, Revolution.
Yeah, and you know what? Apparently WWE gave the wrestlers a break too. They take 2 Raws.
I wonder why they would do such a thing.
Yeah, they take 2 Raws. I am super glad that everybody gets the holidays off. And I hope they come back refreshed, just like we will.
That's right.
And I'm just looking forward to another year of AEW.
I can't wait.
It's such a fun show.
Can you think just this time last year we were wondering what the big countdown was going to lead to?
Or Marty's New Year's Day party.
Yeah. Oh,
that
sure.
Only Kenny showed up for.
Good shit.
I can't wait for the next New Year's Day party.
Yeah.
Because Marty could show up on BTE now.
He could, anytime he wants to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Did you like the thing that we did this week where we did like a BTE?
You know what? I think we should do it this way.
Yeah.
I'll start to organize it.
We'll just have to make sure Joaquin doesn't write like a whole thing.
Oh yeah, we'll fix it.
We'll run out of battery in the camera again.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, why don't we do our sign off stuff, and then we'll get to a little thing that I want a little surprise.
Oh, a surprise
with time remaining. All right.
With time remaining. Okay.
So
cool.
Check us out every week. This is awesomepod@gmail.com is one of our email addresses. WatchingTheElite@gmail.com is the other email address.
Yeah, you can also hit us up at TIAPod on Twitter.
Yep.
Tell us what you thought of the show. Also, the show goes out on YouTube.
That's true. If you miss us, you can catch us there.
Yeah, hit us subscribe, give us a like, leave a comment.
Smash that subscribe button.
Obliterate the like.
Oh my god. Drive it into the ground.
Yeah, I'm very excited for the next year.
Yes.
We really appreciate y'all tuning in. Johnny, Tempest, Diamond Mountain Doom, Emperor, thank you so much for hanging out in the chat. But I appreciate it.
But we're gonna keep going real quick. Like I said, if we lose the camera, we'll say goodbye.
What's going on here?
It's the Christmas season. I've got like a little sweater, so
Oh.
I stumbled upon a thing that I thought would be fun that I found when I was out doing my shopping.
What'd you find?
And so I wanted to give you this so that we could open it on the air.
Oh.
It's not wrapped because it's already wrapped.
Okay.
So I found these gimmicks.
Holy shit. Some beautiful WWE
trading cards.
Anybody gonna see Dark Order in here?
I don't know about all that.
Oh, dude, hell yeah. Thank you.
So I figure, and then we can do this again when Joaquin gets here. Yeah, because he's probably not going to watch the stream.
Okay,
who do we got? What do we got going on here?
We got Terry Taylor.
Oh, fantastic. That's a good card.
For Powerbomb.
Okay.
Terry Taylor's challenges often make a serious mistake by judging him to be Mr. Nice Guy.
Oh, yeah.
Get some free birds.
Oh, fantastic. That's a good card. You're going to want that free bird card.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ask Michael P.S. Hayes, the P.S. stands for Purely Sexy.
Oh, sure it does.
About their greatest achievement, and they'll tell you it's being the best rock and roll band on earth. Oh. Were they actually?
You know.
Oh, Z-Man Tom Zank.
Oh, fuck yeah. Love the Z-Man.
Love the Z-Man.
Z-Man and Brian Pillman, underrated tag team.
Like a thunderbolt from the Greek god
shit.
Zeus. Okay, we got this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Lex Express. We got Lex Luger.
It's classic. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that one just talk about how he, like...
National Honor Society student.
Jesus
As
Christ.
smart as he is powerful.
Get out of here. I don't know about all that. No. Lies.
Okay, we got Steiner Brothers, but it's just Rick.
Just Rick. But no, it says Steiner Brothers.
Yeah, it's just Steiner Brothers, but
Fantastic.
but on the back we got Scotty.
Okay.
The crazy fighting machines. You know, I don't care what town or arena you see us in. When our name is on the marquee, you know someone's gonna get hurt, and it's not gonna be us. It's Scott Steiner.
Nice.
He was cutting Steiner promos back. What year did this come out?
Dogface Gremlin. I think these are 91 gimmicks.
1991.
Yeah, 91. 12 full color cards. Yeah.
We got Sting.
Yeah.
AKA the Stinger.
The Stanger.
Yeah. A crashing blow from his huge left hand sends the monster of the Four Horsemen to the promised land.
Ooh, buddy.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Oh, Ric Flair.
You got a loaded set here.
But look how bad the Ric Flair card is.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Can everybody see that at all? That is...
Oh my God, that's all.
Oh, it's getting green screened out.
Oh, we got Steiner Brothers again.
Oh, nice.
Except we got both of them this time.
All right, fantastic. And again, it's green screening out their singlets.
Yeah,
it's
we got a different explanation here too.
Okay, more flavor text.
Yeah, one of the most dynamic power teams in the sport.
It's true.
They've won the World Tag Team Championship before, and winning just makes them hungry to earn that title again and again and again.
Okay, all right.
Good Psycho Sid.
All right.
Man, this is a loaded deck.
This is a great deck.
Ever since blah 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 blah, he loves to beat on Sting because he's in the Horseman now.
Yeah.
We got another Ric Flair.
What the hell? This is a great
Ric
deck.
Flair. Allegedly, President Bush's favorite wrestler.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Huge if true.
Huge if true. And we got those wild-eyed Southern boys.
Oh my God, the Southern boys.
Oh,
That's
no.
some good brand synergy. We covered a Rock and Roll Express versus the Wild-Eyed Southern Boys match in last season of This Is Awesome Pod. Check it out if you haven't seen it.
Yeah. Johnny Cliche, head down to Georgia. Maybe go to the Shoney's.
Oh.
Rick Steiner could be there.
He might be.
He's running for school board again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it say non-racist things about the Wild-Eyed Southern Boys?
Not really.
Okay.
Hey, you know what's great? There are, by the way, these decks include 13 different Sting cards.
Oh my God, are you kidding?
Yeah, like there's 13 different Stings.
Holy shit.
Like 20 Sids.
Sid is on your Mount Rushmore WCW. All right, yeah. Well, he was
Yeah.
Was Sid in the Twin Towers with Mark
Yeah.
Callis? Was that the two of them? Or no, that was Spivey. I'm thinking.
Oh,
of.
Dan Spivey.
Yeah.
There's like 5 Arn Andersons.
Okay.
Only 3 Z-Mans. Dutch Mantel clearly booking at the time because he got like 7 cards in this deck.
Of course.
El Gigante got like 7 as well. Tommy Rich, just 2.
Now remember, you need all 7 of those cards for Gigante to build the Gigante. They've got each part of him.
Dude,
on
this
the vertical
is super
card.
rad.
Yeah, pretty cool, right?
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. All right. So that's the bonus.
Is that going to go in like the we should pop it up here?
I think we should, on the merch
hell yeah.
section.
Yeah,
Okay.
we should turn the camera over there one of these days.
Yeah, we should take some like gram pick, like blast some grams or something.
Yeah, because we
of all
got
the
like
merch.
Shockmaster figure over there and
Yeah.
like the muscle figures that were kindly given to us by our guest on This Is Awesome.
Absolutely.
And we got that Okada sponge.
That's a great sponge. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you everyone for watching this year.
We've
Thank you for
reached the
sticking
end.
with us. And yeah, I'm gonna head over and play some PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Is Will live yet? Should I rate him?
Maybe we should.
I'll send a raid over there. Yeah. Thank you everybody again. Really appreciate it as always. I'm gonna
Yes.
throw the reel back on. There's gonna be a countdown anyway. Whoopsie do.
All right.
Gotta get rid
Well,
of it.
everybody, have a great holiday.
Thank you, Tempest. Thank you, Johnny.
And we'll see you maybe January 1st.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Oh, a New Year's Day party, you say?
Ooh, buddy.
An unconventional New Year's Day party? All right. Catch you later. Thanks again.
Bye,
See you
everybody.
soon.